Do you think soft skills are for soft leaders? Do you think that empathy is just emotional navel-gazing or corporate fluff? Do you think vulnerability is a liability rather than an asset in the boardroom? Your leadership style could be stuck in the dark ages if you do. Mastering what are erroneously labeled as soft skills is actually one of the hardest challenges a leader will face. And they are essential, especially if you're gunning for high performance and business success in the modern labor force. Here is the counterintuitive truth. Empathy drives ROI. If you're about the bottom line, let me give you the bottom line. Empathy and emotional intelligence translate into real, quantifiable revenue gains. Google's Project Aristotle found the highest performing teams had one common characteristic: emotional safety, driven largely by empathy, led by emotionally intelligent leaders. Here's a case in point. Satya Nadella took over Microsoft from Steve Ballmer. Microsoft had been losing ground to competitors like Google and Apple. The company missed out on the early mobile revolution. Its Windows operating system was starting to look outdated, and Microsoft was struggling to compete in the cloud computing market. When Satya took over, he made a purposeful detour from the aggressive, competitive culture that Ballmer had cultivated. He incorporated empathy and emotional intelligence into the company's ethos. The result? Microsoft's market cap has soared from $300 billion to over $1 trillion under Satya's leadership in 5 years. A coincidence? Not likely. Another case in point, Mary Barra from GM. Mary Barra is the CEO of General Motors and deployed empathy during the company's ignition switch crisis, which killed 124 people and 275 were injured in accidents relating to the defect. Instead of evasive maneuvers typical of the liability-scared corporate world, Mary met with victims' families and communicated transparently. As a result, revenue losses were minimized, and the company even saw a 35% jump in sales the next quarter. And one more while we're at it. When Alan Mulally took over as CEO of the Ford Motor Company in 2006, the situation was nothing short of disastrous. The company was on the brink of bankruptcy, burdened by falling sales, a disjointed product lineup, and a rapidly eroding market share. The culture within the organization was toxic. The departments worked in silos, there was a lack of cohesive strategy, and the morale was at rock bottom. Additionally, Ford was burdened with a legacy cost structure that included labor contracts and unsustainable pension obligations in the face of their financial troubles. Ford had posted a staggering loss of $12.6 billion for the year 2006, and the largest in its history at the time. With the 2008 financial crisis looming, the automaker was running out of options. Rather than relying on cutthroat tactics, Mulally used his soft skills and emotional intelligence to stage a radical turnaround. He instituted a culture of openness, transparency, and emotional support. His empathetic approach is widely credited for turning Ford around during one of the darkest periods, leading the company from $12.6 billion in losses in 2006 to $6.6 billion in profit only a few years later. That, my friends, is the power and profitability of leading with empathy and emotional intelligence. Let me give you 5 quick tips to increase your empathy quotient immediately, starting today. Number 1, emotional check-ins. One-on-ones and start team meetings by gauging how everybody is feeling. It's simple but powerful. Number 2, empathetic listening. Listen more than you speak. Come to meetings and exchanges with questions instead of presentations or talking points. Make it a point to understand before trying to be understood. And number 3, perspective taking. Before major decisions, ask, how would I feel if I were on the receiving end of this? It will change what you say and how you say it. And number 4, micro actions. Small gestures matter big time. A sincere thank you note can be more impactful than a bonus. Number 5, encourage feedback. Create a two-way street for open dialogue. Ask for input. Value everybody's voice. Make sure everybody gets a chance to feel heard. And let me give you a quick pro and con list on all of this. Okay, first the pros. 1, higher employee engagement. People give more when they feel seen, heard, and understood. 2, client satisfaction. Empathy isn't just for internal affairs, it impacts client relationships as well. Now, cons. 1, it's time consuming. No doubt, these practices take time, they take effort, and they require consistency in order to have impact. And then 2, you risk over empathizing. Boundaries are essential. You're a coach, a guide, not a therapist. So, as we wrap up, it's time for a reality check-in. You can either keep viewing soft skills as the extra stuff, or you can start seeing them as strategic essentials for your leadership toolkit. Hopefully, you see now that empathy and emotional intelligence aren't nice to haves, but a leadership imperative for driving innovation and success, particularly in the modern era. So, if you want peak performance, high engagement, and a bulletproof company culture, then grow your emotional intelligence leadership game to be on point starting today. How, you might ask? Well, that is why the Hero's Journey Leadership Training System was designed, to help you grow into a powerful, persuasive, and influential modern leader. I do hope you join us. Happy Friday, everyone. Brenda said, I've got a daughter who is a junkie. And if you don't believe me, I'll show you her room. Brenda says, I'll tell you what her room looks like. We have cockroaches that beg for raid. Aww. Brenda adds, I have one of those Vincent van Gogh teenagers. She only listens to me with one ear. Chris chimed in and said, I'll tell you what our kids are like. 6 teachers offered to chip in and buy me a vasectomy. Speaking of which, let's add some Christmas cheer. Christmas has a wonderful message. It's better to give than receive, it's said. Well, the Internal Revenue Service has the same message. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, whose nose shines so bright, to us, the nose and he are adorable. To Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen, he's just a wino. If you look at the labels on your Christmas gifts this year, you'll realize that Santa is no longer living in the North Pole. He must be living in China. Have a great weekend, everybody. See you on the flip side.